Hey, this is Ben with Before Treasures, and yeah, that is bubble wrap. My car is full of bubble wrap because we are resellers of vintage European home decor that require a lot of special packaging and protection, and we ship all around the world. We sell these things on our own website, eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, Etsy, all the things, and you are welcome to follow us at this channel. And if you are curious about anything that we're doing, our personal lives or what we're selling, we'd love for you to subscribe. It means a lot to our channel. Thanks for every comment and like you've ever left. We do appreciate that so much. Today we want to talk about items that we have found recently, and we've listed them, and we want to include you in our thinking, our processing of what we found, so that you, as well as you go about your business and go into a Goodwill or an estate sale or a garage sale, and you find something like this, you'll be like, oh yeah, Ben said this was a good item and it's worth picking up. So we hope that's what this can do for you today, and we'd love for you to follow along and hear some of our stories. So let's look and see what we've recently listed on eBay. So you can see here, this is our homepage. This is what was recently listed. This is our actual store front on our eBay store. And we have these items that we recently listed. The first one I want to show you is this Fits in Floy figure. This is a Charming Tales. These are little mice figurines doing thousands of different poses in different situations. They're very funny. There's a lot of character behind each one. And this is just a really simple one. These are really, the first ones here are really bread and butter items, but I am gonna end with a banger, they say, like a big one that's really special. So you can skip ahead if you like, or follow along and see what these items are. Bread and butter is important because you can pick these up for relatively cheap. Don't pay more than $5, but you can find them pretty often, and then you can see that they do sell. We feel often that they sell for $25 to $45, and they move pretty quickly. They're collectible, and the people that collected them, these are kind of early 2000s, are still looking. This is a kind of a 40, 50-year-old crowd maybe that are looking for these. So these are really fun pieces, and we recommend picking them up. But again, our rule is, if you follow this channel, 10 times your money. So if you're putting in 5, you better sell for 50, or selling for $2. If we bought it for $2, we can list it at 25. So this is where if you're gonna put in $5 for this piece and only get 25, that might not be worth it, because after fees you might only get 20. So you're only making $15. Now that's great and that's fine sometimes, but also just be careful to protect yourself. So there's a little bit about Charming Tales. Next is a similar item. This is our Anthropology piece. This is a brand I wanted to bring to your attention here on this channel, because if you ever go into an Anthropology store, which I'd recommend doing, you're gonna see a bunch of really cool stuff, but it is for that moment, that season. It will absolutely change later. So their styles, what they bring in, is always rotating. So if you missed out on something you really find attractive, you actually can't buy it from Anthropology anymore. So you're gonna come to a site like eBay to go find the rest of that collection. Or maybe somebody had this exact glass with S, last name Spencer or something, and they broke it and they want to find a replacement. Well, come to our eBay store and you will find it. So this is where we actually feel the resale value stays at the retail price that it was bought at, or even a little higher if it's super rare. So we recommend Anthropology. Mugs, glasses like this, just know that is a brand that we're finding has pretty quick sell-through rate at this time. This one, of course, is a really special one. You can see the brand there. All the things are really labeled well. Anthropology is pretty easy to spot once you know it. Again, that's why we recommend going into the stores that these things are sold and get to know the pieces, so you'll recognize, your brain will spot them out when you're at an estate sale, garage sale, thrift store. The next piece is similar concept I wanted to share with you, the Pier 1 idea, that these items are from a store that I think most of them, if not all of them, are closed now, but they're not going to be made anymore. So it had its time, but I definitely recommend this here as a piece that you can see has a lot of cute details. If you love elephants, if you have a mother child, you can do all kinds of different poses here. They're bookends. It could be just a cute piece on your shelf. So we have listed that at 55 based on where other pieces have sold similarly. Pier 1 Imports is not an always buy in our opinion, but it definitely is worth looking up when you find one. It's not just a Passover brand, because they're no longer being made, and they are cute and unique and attractive to a lot of people. So there's some elephants for you at a Pier 1 brand. Now, the next brand is Rae Dunn. Now, what do you guys think about Rae Dunn? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about this. There was so much Rae Dunn made at its heyday, and it was sold all over the place. You know, a lot of it I see now in places like TJ Maxx. You know, that is kind of being done with kind of popularity stuff. And we do find Rae Dunn often in the thrift store, so much that you don't want to pick it up all the time. And the sell-through rate is really tight. So if you can find Rae Dunn for $1 or $2, like a mug or something, and it can sell for 10 to 15, potentially that would be following the 10 times rule. But this piece was more unique. I hadn't seen this before, you know, an office organizer. And so that you can tell that it's Rae Dunn by the font. So once you see that font, it's very clear. And the Rae Dunn brand, and when it's something unique like this, we thought $45 because it's based on where other items were sold. And it says important on it. So once you see this font, you'll recognize it. Now there's fakes. Look out for the fake ones. So you're gonna wanna make sure the logo there is somewhere on the piece with Rae Dunn. But it's not always a buy. I'm just showing you bread and butter items. The next item I wanna show you is Kurt Adler. This is also a favorite TV show of mine. So Kurt Adler makes these glass ornaments. You'll spot them once you kind of know them and what they look like. They have that style of hand-blown glass with like hand painting and everything. Very fun. But the brand is there on the bottom with Kurt Adler. Now, Doctor Who is a great TV show of time-traveling hero that can go anywhere in space and time. Lovely, big fan base. I'm one of them. And so this piece, I think we had originally listed for about 35, but we have relisted at 15 because we do want to make it move. And it wouldn't be something we would buy again potentially, but I wanted to bring it up here so you would have a chance to look at these things with us. And the big thing that is super popular right now is these Funko figurines. And we don't plan on picking up many more unless we have found one that's super rare. So we do look them up, especially if it's new in box and we don't know what it is, we'll look it up. But they are going to be a temporary, you know, popularity, kind of like the Beanie Baby era, you know, that you're gonna find that they're gonna be popular for a while. But these are listed at 25 because we want $5 each. So if we had paid $5, that would be a really bad deal. So we have got these in a bag. I think we probably paid less than $5 for everything. And it is a situation that we wanted to list them and get them out in this world for bread and butter purposes, but there's no box. They're not gonna be super crazy high sales. So you can't always trust what's popular, Funko Pop, to be every single one a good one. You always gotta do your research and make sure you don't invest too much money and tie up your money. So this is it. This is the final big moment of the piece that's super special to us that we found in Canada. And this is an eagle. This is actually very large piece. It is looks great on a shelf and it stands quite magnificently up in the air. So this is a really fun piece that we'd recommend researching, and it just, I guess I'm bringing it up today more to say, obviously it's gonna be really hard for you to go find it in the store, but here's what we're thinking. We found this piece at an estate sale and we put a bid on it and we bought it for maybe $10. We didn't think much of it because look at this, look how gross it is, just not a great circle. It probably isn't, it's probably just a Japanese piece, we thought, not super special. Even though we liked the form and the shape of it, we weren't finding it to be super valuable, but obviously we have it listed for $850. Where are we getting that number? Well, it took us a while to see it, but maybe you've already spotted it. You see this faded out area right here where you can hardly see anything under the tape. Well, we did a bunch of Google image searches with the shape of the eagle, looking, until we finally came across this logo. This is a Keramos, and this is what the original logo made in Austria looks like here. And it says made in Austria, which you cannot see very well, but the little eagle wings are in here as well in this area. You can see the shapes and this part of it here, the wing and the made in Austria is very hard to read, but it's there, and that's what it matches this icon. So we were very happy to be able to find this and identify it after some work and get it for $10. And we have it listed here for $850, but of course we'll accept some good offers on it, even though we do have it placed right now in our home decor area of our house. So that's a lot of our exciting things that we've listed right now. And I will add on to this story of we put some of our favorite pieces out into our own home as display pieces to enjoy until it sells. And we have found that to work really well. Sometimes when you're really enjoying a piece and you're thinking about it, that sometimes triggers a sale, we find. And so we love to look at our beautiful pieces that have come into our lives to be able to enjoy and then pass on to the next person with some income coming from that so we can go out and find the next treasure. And we really enjoy cycling through that. We enjoy when people come into the house and can see them and we can talk about them too because they're prominently displayed and we can tell the story of that piece, and maybe the next time they come it'll be gone. So the fun part of this business is enjoying it in your personal life. Yes, there's some models of reselling that is just a machine that you get things in and out, and that can work really well too, but we love taking in our personal passions and incorporating it into a business. And I think this is going to keep us from burnout and keep us excited to go out and look at the next thrift store estate sale moment, because we're going to try to find treasures that we also enjoy. So this is our business called B4 Treasures, because we think treasures are super exciting, but people are too. And that's what we always want to remember here at this channel. And that's why we want to share with you, because you matter, that people before treasures is what this is all about. I hope you have a great day. Please feel free to comment, subscribe. And until next time, this is Ben, and thanks so much for watching.